leathery. Actually, you can see that it's moving now that I've touched it.
An ordinary rock, or so they thought. But what lies beneath the surface is a sinister surprise. Fishermen's eyes widen as they reel in a catch that defies explanation. A shocking discovery that will make you question the depths of our planet's most mysterious waters. This video will change how you look at what's hiding in plain sight. A guy was strolling by the water when he noticed a strange, round object that looked like a smooth, red stone. But as he got closer, it shifted. He flipped it over, and to his shock, it started moving on its own. It wasn't a stone at all. It was a wandering meatloaf, a giant Pacific chiton.
Like aardvark fashion. Not aardvark, armadillo.
Strange Texan find. An incredible video popped up from Texas that you have to see. A local was walking through the forest when he noticed something unusual on the ground. At first, it looked like a piece of metal, but when he touched it, he realized it was organic. To his amazement, dozens of twisting sprouts began to emerge from the mysterious object. He quickly filmed the bizarre sight before hurrying away. Some online experts speculated it could be an alien organism, while others thought it might be mutated fungi or an unknown species. Whatever it is, it's definitely something biologists would want to study. Oh snap.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and release this turtle. Everybody's got all their shots and photos.
While examining the area of the Flint River in Georgia, he discovered a massive snapping turtle weighing an astonishing 94 pounds. Just think about it, a living creature that has existed alongside dinosaurs. After taking some measurements and marking the turtle for research purposes, he carefully returned this ancient reptile back to its home in the river. What a remarkable experience for him. It's not every day you get to interact with a living piece of history. One can only imagine the stories this turtle could tell if it could speak.
Put him back out into the river, and hopefully we'll see him again someday.
Water ghost.
Kamu jangan ke situ, Dik.
A group of friends had heard all sorts of creepy stories about a pond, so they decided to check it out for themselves. Naturally, they went at night. Walking along the edge of the water, they saw something floating in the dark. At first, it looked like tangled hair, but there was something strange about the way it moved. That movement wasn't similar to any aquatic creature they'd ever seen before. There was only one answer. It was a water ghost, the kind with just a woman's head above the surface. They'd heard the warnings too. Touch it, and you'd be possessed.
Bahaya, Dik. Dik. Lari, Dik.
Petrified guardian. A group of adventurers stumbled upon an incredibly strange rock-like formation while exploring the depths of the Amazon rainforest. Upon closer inspection, they noticed skin-like features on this structure, leading them to believe these were petrified remains of a giant snake, or maybe even some mythical creature from legend. The texture was so eerie, it felt as if a beast had been frozen in time. Local rumors hinted at a guardian of the jungle that once roamed these woods before being petrified by a curse. Is this truly the sleeping giant waiting for its time to awaken? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this discovery is bound to spark curiosity and speculation for years to come. Fisherman's encounter. It was an ordinary day at the river when a fisherman found himself in an extraordinary situation. While going about his usual tasks, he suddenly felt as if he were being pursued. It wasn't an alligator or any familiar creature. It was something far more imposing. A gigantic being, unlike anything he had ever encountered, loomed in the waters. Having spent years fishing in those waters, he was taken aback and quickly decided he would not risk entering its territory again. Some things are simply too unpredictable to confront. It matter not. While fishing in the Amazon, one angler caught something rather unusual, a mata-mata turtle. At first glance, these turtles might seem like they belong to another world with their alien-like appearance, but they are actually a rare species native to the Amazon riverbed. They can grow quite large and are often well camouflaged, covered in algae to blend in with their surroundings. This clever disguise helps them hide from predators. The fisherman was lucky to encounter such a fascinating creature, showcasing yet another example of the Amazon's incredible wildlife. Pond has eyes. The pond hides many secrets, some that are better left alone. A local was walking by the pond when a pair of glowing red eyes caught his attention. They belonged to a lobster, but an enormous one. What made it even stranger was how the lobster's eyes seemed to be watching him, as if it knew he was there. The sight frightened him. He remembered a story from the Philippines about a creature that could look like a lobster. This creature, said to be huge and terrifying, would hide in the shadows, waiting to strike. Could this be that creature? He wasn't sure, but decided not to stick around to find out. Mysterious face. Family fishing trips are usually filled with fun, and this one was no exception until they saw it. A head started rising out of the water. It looked like an old man's face, complete with eyebrows. But they quickly realized it couldn't be human, as the neck was way too long. The rest of the body was hidden in the muddy water, making it hard to determine what it really was. When the video of the strange sight went viral, people came up with all kinds of theories. Some claimed it was a Pokemon, while others insisted it was a rare albino soft-shell turtle. What was it really? No one could say for sure. Giant encounter.
Piękna ryba. 100 kilo czystej.
An explorer was walking along the mangrove when he unexpectedly jumped straight into the water. Right in front of him was a massive fish. Without hesitation, he reached out and grabbed it. It was a blue catfish, weighing around 100 kilograms. The sheer size alone was enough to make anyone step back in shock. But the explorer didn't hesitate. What made this moment even more incredible was that blue catfish of this size are extremely rare, especially in the wild. Not every explorer gets to face off with such a creature. It was a story he'd have for a lifetime, one most people wouldn't believe.
Masy. Łeb jak sklep. Skrzydła.
Unexpected catch.
Oh my god.
A group of patient fishermen finally felt a tug on their line after waiting for hours, hoping to catch a big one. To their surprise, it was no ordinary fish. It was a long and strange creature that they initially thought was an eel. But when it broke free from the hook, they saw it was an alligator gar, a rare catch that most fishermen only dream of. These creatures are not only rare, but also one of the oldest fish species still around today.
Oh my god.
Danger lurking.
Perjalanan di Sungai Kuin na, masukin na.
Crocodiles are already scary enough, but what if you couldn't see them until it was too late? One local was walking by a lagoon when he saw a shocking sight. A massive group of crocodiles heading straight for a boat. When the boat's motor roared to life, the crocodiles reacted quickly, darting toward the riverbank. Usually, these reptiles stay hidden underwater, making them hard to spot. But what if they were all around you? Hundreds of them, just waiting.
Batak di sini, ayo, ayo, bukahan niya.
Hanging anomaly. In Thailand, a group of fishermen made a discovery that left them speechless. As they pulled in their catch, they noticed a strange fish that appeared to have legs. Its flat body and large dorsal fins made it look like something that belonged on land, not in the water. It turned out to be a batfish, a relative of the anglerfish. Its legs were actually pectoral fins, specially adapted to help the batfish walk along the ocean floor. These fins allowed it to stealthily navigate the seabed and ambush prey. Mysterious tree encounter. In a remote village, there were long-standing rumors about a mysterious tree that locals warned everyone to stay away from. Curious friends decided to investigate the truth. As they observed the tree, they noticed something moving. Suddenly, a humanoid figure peeked out from the branches and then fully emerged. It was strange and unsettling. Before they could process what they saw, the creature quickly vanished into the swamp. No wonder the tree was avoided all these years. Amazon River Monster. A man went fishing in the Amazon River, eager to see what he could catch. During his outing, he felt a powerful tug on his rod, something much stronger than he expected. To his surprise, he was battling a giant river monster trying to drag him into the depths. The struggle was intense, but he remained determined and pulled with all his might. After a tough fight, he finally managed to bring the creature to the surface. It turned out to be a massive catfish known as Silurus glanus. With a proud smile, he held up his impressive catch, a rare treasure from the hidden depths of the Amazon. This was a fishing experience he would never forget. Hey, you lovely people! If you have any suggestions which topics and content I should cover, and it can be anything, kindly let me know in the comments section below. Thank you. Back to it. Legendary anaconda sighting.
Essa é grande, viu?
For centuries, Amazonian legends have spoken of a massive serpent lurking in the woods, but locals were left stunned by what they recently spotted. A gigantic 50-foot anaconda was seen swimming in the Amazon River, and this wasn't your average snake. As the colossal creature slithered back into the forest, the witness couldn't believe his eyes. He must have felt like he was in a nightmare, or perhaps a dream come true. Its immense size made people wonder about the ancient legends passed down through generations. So, what do you think? Is this an extraordinary creature from folklore, or just a really big snake?
Olha, tamanho dessa cobra.
What fish? An expert near the sea encountered a truly bizarre creature. A fish with 2 mouths and several eyes. Its features were twisted and mutated, making it almost alien-like. As he held it, he realized it was a victim of pollution, the result of toxins in the water. The discovery was unsettling and alarming, highlighting the damaging impact of environmental contamination on marine life. This disturbing encounter raised awareness about pollution's destructive consequences, urging reflection on how we treat our oceans. Leech creature. The water isn't the scariest part of this river. On July 11th, 2017, something unusual emerged in the waters of Sungai Soga Hamlet, Jakarta. A dark, leech-like creature appeared, but it wasn't just one. There were many. The sight was enough to make the locals uneasy. People didn't know what these creatures were or where they came from. Safety was on everyone's mind. Fearing the unknown, the locals quickly urged the authorities to take action. Everyone wanted answers before it was too late. Lake serpent. As beachgoers enjoyed the sunset, something unusual captured their attention. A serpent-like creature appeared to be emerging from the lake, distinctly different from a sturgeon. One witness shared a video online seeking help in identifying it, while some thought it might simply be a log or even a deer. Others were intrigued by the creature's elongated form as it slowly approached the shore, most of its body still submerged. Many began to wonder, could this be the Loch Ness Monster, or just another peculiar creature of the deep? Head in water. An angler had planned for a great catch that night, but things quickly took a turn. Just as he was about to throw his net into the water, he noticed a head. At first, he thought someone might be drowning, and his instinct was to help. Then, it started to move toward him. It wasn't just any head. It had all the facial features of a woman, but something was wrong. It had no body and looked unnatural, as if it didn't belong there. Without wasting a second, the angler turned and left the area as fast as he could. In the end, it was the smartest decision he could have made. Ancient forest guardian.
Singa tuh apa tuh? Mahmud ada talinya tuh. Holy shit. Ternyata
A group of friends decided to explore a lake in the woods using a drone. As they flew it around, the camera picked up someone fishing by the water. The area was restricted, so they wondered, who could it be? When they changed the angle, things became clearer. The figure wasn't normal. It seemed semi-transparent. That's when the rumors came to mind. The forbidden forest guard, a creature said to resemble a huge albino monkey, always watching, never seen up close. Some believe the guard isn't even from this world. They think it slipped through a tear from another realm to protect the forest.
yaudah kita kalau nggak agresif kita dekatin aja nih, bukan.
Mermaid or horror? A mysterious hand-like shape appeared in a promo video by the Athens, Georgia Public Utilities Department. The hand looked webbed, making some people wonder if it could be a mermaid. The unsettling footage raised many questions, and the officials remained silent. Could they know more than they're telling us? A mermaid mystery that remains unsolved. Golden hoppers. During the monsoon season in Madhya Pradesh, India, locals noticed a group of frogs glowing in a vibrant yellow hue. These Indian bullfrogs have the ability to change color, and the brighter the yellow, the more appealing they are to potential mates. It was a rare moment to witness these unique creatures in action. Toodle. A video recently took social media by storm, and for a good reason. It showed a turtle that was far from ordinary, a two-headed alligator snapping turtle with 6 legs. This rare and unusual mutation left viewers in shock and awe. Just when you thought alligator snapping turtles couldn't get any more fascinating with their prehistoric looks, this specimen took it to an entirely new level. Experts believe such mutations can happen due to genetic anomalies during development. Water. Mystery. Curiosity led a fisherman to investigate a wriggling creature in the water. When he touched it with a stick, it turned into dust and vanished. No ripples, no movement, just gone. The fisherman wondered if it was a bacteria colony, but why did it look like a worm? A mystery that remained unexplained. Unexpected splash. A guy went fishing using a lizard as bait. Sounds a little strange, right? But he was patient, waiting for the big catch. Then, suddenly, a huge splash rocked the water. It was so loud and unexpected that it made him jump back in shock. What in the world could that have been? He stood there, trying to make sense of it. Was it just a big fish? Or maybe, just maybe something was watching over the water, protecting its territory and everything within it. Tailess alligator. During a visit to Alligator Adventure, a zoo in South Carolina, a group of tourists encountered a very special American alligator. This alligator stood out not just because it belonged to an interesting species, but also because it was born without a tail. Can you imagine that? While it might seem like a simple birth defect, it's actually more common among alligators than most people realize. The exact cause of this condition remains unknown, but losing a tail is a serious disadvantage for alligators in the wild. Their tails are crucial for swimming, hunting, and escaping from predators. In fact, an alligator without a tail would likely struggle to survive in its natural habitat. Thankfully, this alligator found a safe haven in the zoo where it could thrive and be cared for. It's heartwarming to know that even with its challenges, this alligator has a good quality of life. Impersonating fish.
这个鱼已经成精了。
A humanoid-looking fish can be seen in the picture that was caught by a fisherman, and this was documented from a real-life capture. On the 5th of November, 2022 in southwestern China, a video was filmed showing a carp that has the face of a human, and it was seen inside of a lake. The markings on the fish make it resemble a lot like a human face, which was very creepy and freaked the tourist out quite a lot. So this capture is a once-in-a-lifetime sighting. Hypnotic school. Nature has a way of surprising us, and a recent deep-sea sighting is a perfect example of this wonder. Captured on camera by an amazed observer, an entire school of fish was seen moving together in perfect harmony. But here's the twist. They didn't swim as individual fish. Instead, they formed what looked like one giant flowing body, almost like a living wave. This mesmerizing display was not just unusual, it was captivating to watch. I mean, how often do we get to see such coordinated beauty in nature? Experts believe this behavior helps protect them from larger predators by making them look like a single, much larger creature. It's a clever survival tactic. Prehistoric predator.
Come on, big buddy. Come on.
If you haven't visited Gatorland yet, you're missing out on a truly unforgettable experience. Recently, a video went viral that showcased a trainer feeding an alligator. But not just any alligator. This was Buddy, the star of Gatorland. Buddy is a giant, measuring a whopping 13 feet 8.5 inches, which is about 4.17 meters, and tipping the scales at around 900 pounds, which is about 408 kilograms. That's one massive reptile. He is one of the largest alligators in captivity, making him a must-see for anyone who walks through those gates. Just watching Buddy in action is enough to give you a thrill, and you'll leave with stories to tell your friends.
There you go. Oh, he's huge.
Amphiuma enigma. An explorer and his crew encountered a strange creature in the swamps of Florida. At first, it appeared like an eel, but as they watched it move, they realized it was crawling, not swimming. They had stumbled upon an Amphiuma, a salamander with one of the largest amounts of DNA in the animal kingdom, around 25 times more than humans. Its DNA could help scientists unlock secrets about evolution, making it a fascinating discovery. Japanese myth. In Japan, a group of university students set up a camera by a pond for research purposes. As time passed, the pond dried up, revealing footage of a peculiar creature emerging from the mud. It had a shell similar to that of a turtle, yet its body appeared strangely human. Intrigued, the students attempted to catch it with a net, but the creature quickly dove back into the water. After some teamwork, they successfully pulled it out and placed it in a tank. The true nature of the mystery remains unanswered, with only time and further research likely to provide clarity. Nebraska swamp slime. In Nebraska, ecologists stumbled upon an unusual discovery while investigating a local swamp pond. An odd, moving slime that resembled the peel of an orange come to life, wriggling in the water. The sight astonished the researchers and sparked various theories about its origin. Some speculated that the slime's antennae might have been agitated by passing fish, but the video showed no signs of ripples or disturbances in the water. One professor proposed that the slime could be the remains of a decomposing creature, still exhibiting strange reflexes. However, the real enigma lay in how these remains ended up in the swamp. River phenomenon. At the Santa Barbara River in Chile, locals enjoyed the serene waters until something unusual caught their eye. Initially, it appeared as small ripples on the surface, but soon the movement became more pronounced. A blob-like shape was visible in the water, causing the ripples. As the phenomenon persisted, speculation arose among onlookers. Some suggested it could be due to gaseous emissions from the riverbed, a natural occurrence in certain bodies of water. Others, however, speculated it might be something more enigmatic, a creature or even a monster stirring beneath the surface. The true cause of the strange movement remains unknown.
Ahí se están produciendo las burbujas, mira.
Lost Blob Lagoon. You won't believe what a researcher found at Lost Lagoon in Vancouver. While checking out the pond near the city, she stumbled upon a strange blob that looked just like a squishy human brain. Curious, she leaned in closer, unsure of what it really was. To her surprise, the blob wasn't a brain at all. It was a bryozoan. This tiny creature lives in colonies made up of identical individuals, all connected together in a gooey wad. How wild is that? Just imagine what other oddities might be lurking in that pond. Deep sea horror. Now let's dive into some real deep sea horrors. Meet the fang-toothed fish, also known as the ogre fish. Just the name alone sounds terrifying, right? With its oversized, needle-like teeth and bony face, it looks like it swam straight out of a horror movie. But here's the twist. Despite its fearsome appearance, this fish is surprisingly small, about the size of an adult human hand. Its teeth are so long that it has special grooves in its mouth just to close properly. Living in the darkest parts of the ocean, nearly 16,000 feet below the surface, it thrives in extreme conditions where few other creatures can survive. While it poses no threat to humans, one glance at its fierce face is enough to remind us that the ocean is home to some truly bizarre and a bit frightening creatures. River's Phantom. A group of friends thought it would be a great idea to take a swim in the Amazon River, but things took a strange turn. As they splashed around, a creepy creature surfaced, looking like something from another planet. Instead of a recognizable face, it had a round black head and a long tail. The boys quickly grabbed nearby sticks, ready to defend themselves, but the creature seemed uninterested in their antics. Without putting up a fight, it simply disappeared back into the depths. Was this an alien trying to avoid detection, or just an unknown creature lurking in the river? The mystery remains, leaving everyone wondering what else is hidden in those waters. Tough gator.
Here's this gator. It's missing basically its entire top jaw.
This alligator has half of its jaw missing. The top part of its snout is completely gone, and one of its eyes is blind. It's clear that this gator has been involved in a fierce battle with another alligator. You might think it would struggle to survive without a top jaw, but surprisingly, this alligator is neither starving nor weak. It shows just how resilient these creatures can be. It's a powerful reminder that nature is tough, and so are its inhabitants. This alligator, against all odds, has figured out how to adapt and thrive in its environment. It's moments like these that remind us of the incredible strength found in the animal kingdom. Dragon sighting? The Amazon River is known for its incredible biodiversity, and every trip along this massive waterway often leads to some spooky sightings. One man was enjoying a peaceful boat ride when he spotted something extraordinary. He saw a creature swimming on its back, resembling a dragon. With shiny skin and flappy wing-like structures, it glided effortlessly through the water. Was it an underwater dragon, or perhaps a rare species of sea slug? One thing was certain, it was an encounter he wouldn't forget anytime soon. Unbelievable catch. A fisherman made an extraordinary discovery. A creature with a dolphin-like head, but the body of a fish, glistening with scales and fins. The bizarre mix left onlookers stunned, and theories about a new species began circulating. Dubbed the dollfish, this strange specimen fascinated everyone. Experts later suggested a genetic mutation or deformity was to blame, but the creature's uniqueness still made it an unforgettable and mysterious sight. Unidentified remains. Two friends stumbled upon something that would haunt them forever. Washed up on the shore was a creature unlike anything they'd ever seen. Its body was oval-shaped, with rough, scaleless skin that almost seemed unnatural. Its small mouth had fused teeth, and its tiny pectoral fins pointed straight up, giving it an eerie, unsettling look. After a closer inspection, they realized it was a mola, the famous ocean sunfish, but something was off. Its dorsal fin had been torn off, with deep teeth marks around the wound, suggesting it had fallen victim to a predator. Swamp lurker. A guy was fishing at a swamp late at night, enjoying the quiet when he noticed some odd movement beneath the surface. It was as if something was hiding down there. Curious about what it could be, he decided to leave a chicken as bait and set up a camera to capture whatever happened next. After a few moments of silence, it appeared. A strange creature slowly rose from the water. It had thick fur and a creepy face. It moved toward the bait, grabbed the chicken, and devoured it before disappearing back into the depths. What was that thing? A lost animal? A swamp spirit? We may never know. Lucky day. It was a sunny day in Canada when a tourist, casually exploring the waters, stumbled upon an unbelievable sight. He spotted a huge fish and quickly pulled it to shore. It wasn't just any fish. It was an Amphiuma, one of the biggest freshwater fish. With its long, smooth body and dark greenish scales, it was an amazing find. This fish can grow up to 10 feet long, making it a real prize for anyone who catches it. He brought it to shore, and it was worth around $200. At that moment, he knew he had just experienced one of the luckiest days of his life. A catch like that doesn't happen every day. It was truly a once-in-a-lifetime moment. Now it's time for the subscriber's image that shocked everyone. Locals were left stunned when they spotted a strange object floating in the river. At first glance, it looked like hair. As they observed more closely, the movements became more deliberate, and they quickly realized what it truly was. It was the infamous water ghost, known for appearing as the eerie head of a woman. The locals couldn't believe their eyes. They even grabbed a stick to keep it from drifting too close to the shore. According to local legends, this ghost once roamed the waters, scaring away anyone who dared to fish. It had been decades since anyone had seen it, and now it had seemingly returned. What could have brought this spectral figure back to the river? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you for watching.